All right, let's go back to that earlier story of the pupil who was killed allegedly after being beaten by a teacher. SABC News reporter Mahlako Komane is standing by for us. Very good afternoon to you, Mahlako. Just wrap what happened for us and what MEC Panyaza Lesufi had to say.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon to you, Nzinga, and the viewers at home. You know, MEC Lesufi has just, gotten out of that meeting that he had with the family here. And when he came out to address the media, this is what at least we were able to get out of there, that there is supposedly, conflicting stories, because we also heard the father of the deceased pupil also speaking. But what he did say was that he would be, contracting an independent firm to, investigate what exactly transpired there at that school last week. But also, we also heard the father saying that, he's alleging that the child was beaten with a golf stick, saying that he does not deny that the child was at a school that was not his school. And there were also allegations that his child was under the influence of alcohol. Hence, some of the authorities there or, staff members, they felt that they had to take control of the situation. But the question that the father did ask was the issue of why so much force. He does acknowledge that he does not go everywhere with his child, thus he cannot really account for all the actions. But he did, emphasize that he found it very hurtful that his child was, assaulted with a golf stick. But also, there were also, allegations of a gun which was later discovered. The MC had also touched on that the child is said to have had a gun, which wasn't really a gun. It was later discovered that was the toy gun. I didn't hear the father denying that, saying yes, it was the toy gun. Once that was found, why did they continue beating his child? Saying that the family is very traumatized about what exactly is it that transpired here. In terms of those in the employ of the GDE that are, alleged to be involved in this incident, the MEC had said that, there are processes and steps that have to be followed. It would seem that they have not necessarily been suspended or fired, but saying that he did not wish to see a situation whereby the department would have to pay out monies because they were not able to, prove their case, beyond a reasonable doubt that this is what had happened. So that does not go back, to labor court and come back, and they would have to, pay out those monies or compensate those employees. But also saying that he is quite saddened by the situation here. This is the fourth week where there is no schooling. When we earlier spoke to our colleagues on the agendas in P, we were telling him that Gauteng East is, the district that is one of the worst performing. It was the worst performing, in Gauteng standards. The MEC had said, I remember during those matric results, he had said that this is because this is as a result of when parents and communities are not happy, they shut down schools. This whole area hasn't really been going to school for the last month. Initially, it was water challenges as well as power challenges. Last week and this week, it's because of what had happened at the Tsakane Secondary School, where schools were just shut down. Community members going from school to school, taking out learners. Even today, we see learners just walking around with school uniform. They're not at school. So not only that, it also covers that Kwatema area as well, saying that this was quite concerning that you'd have a community that hasn't been to school for 4 weeks. So quite a lot that has come out of that, briefing by the MEC of Education in the province, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi.
Mahlako Komane just giving us an update there. Of course, we will be following that story and keeping you updated. Cape Town police say 5 people have been shot and killed in the Ekurhuleni informal